Hello all, and welcome back to the INVICTUS stream. My name, as always, is Mr. Harlan Guthrie, and I am here with the talented Mr. Funnyman himself, Mr. Alex Guthrie.
Buongiorno!
And we are joined by the beautiful and kind Ms. Jo Fallak. And of course, our stream for the strange wouldn't be complete without the man himself, Mr. Canada today, Bob Lyle.
Hello?
Oh, someone changed sound effect mid. This is why we can't have sound effects be used for everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to The Strange. That's right. This is The Strange, Chapter 3, and we are raring to go tonight for some more zany adventure in the world of The Strange. Now, the drama sound effect makes sense. Welcome. If this is your first time watching the INVICTUS stream, that's okay. There are plenty of amazing opportunities tonight to learn the system and learn what we're about. But I'd probably start at chapter 1 since, chronologically it makes more sense. If you are watching this on YouTube or Twitch or any number of other platforms, make sure you join the Discord. The Discord is where everything cool happens. It's where we chat. It's where we hang out. It's where we are doing Jackbox games every Saturday night run by Stephanie and Katie and Jessica Oret. They are a great way to hang out with the community and chat. You log in with your phone, you watch them play. Join this Saturday night on our Discord. It is an amazing time. Thank you to those three wonderful sisters for helping us out with this and running it. They are single-handedly making Saturday nights not the loneliest night of the week once again.
Hey, sister, roll, sister.
It's a fun
Gonna
time.
make me roll, sister.
It's a great
roll the
time.
dice, sister.
I mean, it's not rolling. It's Jackbox games, but
you can roll dice if you're really feeling it.
you can roll dice just while you're watching if you want for no reason. But yeah, this is The Strange, of course, a game by Monty Cook Games. We played it here on the stream before, and this is the second game, subtitled Beyond. I do want to do a quick shout out. Tomorrow, a new episode of Dice Shame is dropping. So if you are not on the Dice Shame train, make sure you become a shamer and start listening because it's a lot of fun. Join the Facebook group. Leave us a good review on Podchaser or iTunes or all of them because it makes us really happy. And Alex puts a lot of work into acting foolish. That's right.
Really?
He has
What
to
else is
act
new?
it. Also, I mean, there's a lot of things I want to mention. If you're a Patreon supporter, we have our new audio drama, Malevolent, Chapter 4, dropped this morning. If you are not on the Malevolent train, for patrons $10 or higher, you have access to a Call of Cthulhu RPG audio drama where you guys make the choices. Every episode ends with a choice that you, as a community, vote. And the game changes dynamically, I guess it would be called, based on what... Like last episode, the community was split on what to do, and that was a choice in itself. It's like, well, okay, well, if you guys can't choose both, then you don't get an answer. It's a really cool experience. There are a lot more awesome things coming down the pipe. But most importantly, if you are an INVICTUS alum and you are into the mysterious world of what we've created here, whether it be Call of Cthulhu or The Strange or any number of systems that we've done, you might know something that we call the INVICTUS verse. I don't call it that, other people do. And it's sort of little interconnected tunnels where, oh, the bad guy from this campaign sounds familiar and he's name dropped in this campaign, and the new Minera character, is that this guy? Everything is a little bit connected. And Malevolent is sort of the... I don't know how to call it. The suture, maybe? That's starting to connect pieces together. It's really exciting. I'm having a blast creating it and making it, and I know those who are listening are enjoying it. So if you are a patron for $10 or higher, I hope you're enjoying it, or you should go listen to it now. If you're not a patron, you should consider being one. And if you're a patron but not for $10, it's worth the jump, I would say. So yeah, give that a check out. There's one more thing I wanted to say, which was...
This episode is brought to you by Coca-Cola.
I wish.
Enjoy it.
Imagine having them. No, I did want to mention Jason Griffiths, yeah, right?
Griffith.
For his really sweet, kind post this week on INVICTUS. We've stopped doing MVP at the beginning of the game because... Did we decide to disband that, or did we just forget? Now I'm forgetting. I thought we stopped doing it for
I
other
think
reasons.
we stopped doing it.
But now I don't remember. Maybe it was just mid-game we
Because
stopped.
It's a shorter game now.
Yeah, but maybe that was just mid-game we stopped.
I think it was just mid-game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so this week's MVP goes to Jason Griffin.
The most valuable post of the month.
Yeah, because... did I say month? God, I'm out of it.
No, I said month because we haven't done it for a month probably.
Probably. But yeah, because... Well, you can say why, Joe.
Because he wrote such a beautiful... I mean, it was very flattering post about the Invictus folks on Facebook, and it was just a really nice read, and thank you so much for giving us props.
Yeah.
It's nice.
We appreciate it very much. It was a really sweet... it wasn't just necessarily appreciation, but it was also... I think what I appreciated most about it was that he took a moment to reflect on what he in his life appreciates, and it was really nice that it was us. But I think this is such a wonderful time to take stock of what we all value, and I thought more so than just feeling like appreciated for it, I felt that was a really good takeaway. So well done, Jason. Really appreciate that. And I want to embarrass and shout out to our great friend Bob Lyle and Aisha Lyle, who have been just so amazing and supportive. First off, Bob obviously stepped up and has done an amazing job so far in this strange campaign, so just a huge round of applause for him. But also, these two went out of their way to send a little thank you to Joe during this time for her work she's doing in the hospitals, which I thought was so sweet and kind. But also, Bob started the stream off camera and said, there was a shooting in Nova Scotia, and because of that, I would be happy to not pull out my pistol. And because he was aware and cognizant of how we might be affected by that. And that... Again, similar to Jason, that stock of a person, regardless of everything else that comes with it, the fact that Bob is that kind of person, to me, always warms my heart. And it is a brilliant reason why I care so much for you, Bob, and Aisha, and a lot of members of the community that are like that, because you guys aren't just... You're not just going through the motions, you're not just there, you're not just hanging out. You're really good people. And I want to say thank you to Bob and Aisha and to every person in the community that sort of has that same level of... I've seen the Discord chat as of late lighting up every morning, and it's something so wonderful to wake up to. Joe was mentioning it this morning, getting on there.
Yeah, there's good folks, man. And I just wanted to say, for all the people on our Minecraft server who experienced the tragedy earlier this week, it seems like everyone's banding together and rebuilding.
Oh yeah, I destroyed a lot of the Minecraft server, but anyway,
it was by accident. But what I mean to say is that everyone is like, banding together and creating new stuff and just being super positive, and it's like a microcosm of what our whole community is like.
Absolutely.
All these people are incredible,
and few people exemplify that more than Bob and Aisha. So thank you guys. Huge round of applause. You're amazing, Bob. We love you. I won't kill you tonight.
Oh, thanks.
Probably.
Can't promise.
And I want to thank you all for Die Shame and Wednesday nights and letting us do stuff on the weekends. Just getting our minds off all the crap that's going on for a couple hours during the week.
Absolutely, and I hope we continue even after this. We get to poison your minds with terrible, spooky stream games and all that kind of stuff, because it's terrible to say, but I'm appreciating a lot of things about this time and getting to do more of this stuff, getting to focus on Malevolent and Dice Shame and doing a proper campaign again. These are things that are weirdly welcomed in a time of quarantine, so it's stuff that we're excited about.
You gotta sink your hooks into the silver linings.
Gotta get those silver linings. Anyway, enough, backslapping and dick sucking. Let's start this badass scene. Not that there's anything wrong with dick sucking, but
Or backslap,
no.
frankly.
Backslapping is much
backslapping,
worse.
Well, I'm going to write that down.
And I guess the last thing I just want to mention is I hope you viewers are spreading the word, not about us, not about what we're doing, but spreading the word about doing your own thing, and because this is really how we enjoy our time, and we're lucky enough that we have people that will watch. But don't forget, you can all do this too, and it is so much freaking fun.
Absolutely.
And you just see us having fun. Wait till you get to be with your own friends over Zoom. There's a couple of great video servers. There's this one called House Party. which I haven't really tried out. But there's also like Facebook. There's so many of these streaming video things that you can communicate with your friends. So don't think like, oh, I don't have a Zoom account. Skype. What did I say? Facebook Messenger has theirs.
Yeah.
Discord.
But also do tell people to watch us
Discord.
still, because that's.
Oh yeah, 100%. You just did.
Don't worry about telling people to watch us, but also do that. Especially Dice Shame. Put it this way: Invictus, I totally agree, is something that's really just kind of like a release in a way. Dice Shame takes so much more work, so definitely tell people about that. It's like hours of editing just pouring over that thing. So that is something that it's interesting because I've never really felt too comfortable really pushing hard on Invictus to be like, dude, watch us, because it's really enjoyable. And while Dice Shame is just as enjoyable, it is still so much more work. So it feels more justified for me to be like, no, go watch it, because I actually do feel the hours of editing putting into that thing. Anyway, let's play this game. What do you guys think?
Let's do it.
Let's go.
Yeah. Who wants to do the theme music today? Joe?
Okay.
Alex
Joe?
again?
It's Alex, man.
All right, Alex.
Do it.
Let's start this bad boy off.
You guys
Hit
ready
it.
for this?
He's just cutting out to me. You're just cutting out to me.
Strange.
When bartender Dan Polarino was pushed through the void and landed on the dead moon of Crichton, he thought only two things. The first was, boy howdy, I hate Damien Awesome Cool. And the second, gosh, it's quite cold. He could only barely survive on eating the corpses of those other unfortunate souls Mr. Awesome Cool felt worthy enough to shove off into another dimension. Eventually, however, an architect named Sally Mayfield was shoved in, and together, after braving the wilderness and surviving the bitter cold, they decided they would build a home here. Not just a place to survive, but a place to call home. And so, using a variety of skills he picked up at the stop-and-go grocer in Portland, Oregon, he eventually established the Chili Billy Tavern and Apple Pie Emporium, named after the assumed name of the frozen corpse which he first fed on to survive the cold, someone he called Chili Billy. Dan Polarino saw the three enter the bar and thought, from his lowly space behind it, that these three may be the strangest creatures yet to enter the Chili Billy. He wasn't wrong. Chapter 2. When did we go? Anyway, that's the ticket. Stuck here like the rest of us, I suppose. Happy to show you around. Paul Dano pulls his hand back after introducing himself and gestures around to the large, well-lit bar. You see patrons drinking at tables, the fire roaring in the corner, the smell of apple pie and beer wet on your noses, and comfort for the first time since you can remember.
Charlemagne perks up. Ah, you. Get me a glass of your finest red wine. Go.
Oh, now slow down there, Buster. I don't think we have any of that, but we have some lovely beer made from apples. Cider, I suppose you'd call it. Would you like a glass of that?
I don't drink any of your beer. Bring me something with some sweet and a bit of
Fruit?
je ne sais quoi. Si.
Right, well, I think we got something for you. And he, bends over to a table, picks up a glass that someone's just sort of neglected as they're deep in conversation, and hands it to you. Try that on for size. That's our house-made cider.
And Charlemagne puts it to his lips and tastes it and says, he enjoys it. And he says, this shall do, and he continues to gobble it back. Oh, it's okay, I guess.
Not many people seem to dislike it. I mean, we're all here for the same reason, mind you, but most of them like it. What about you? And he points to you, Reza. What do you have?
I'll take the same, and if you have any fresh apples, if you could slice some of those up and bring them out to us also.
Well, fresh apples,
so
you
kind.
have to ask Dan over there. I mean, I don't actually work here. I'm just sort of the, how do I say this, welcomer official of the Crichton people. You do know why you're here and all that, yeah?
Yes. Well, you said that we were pushed here by Mr. Awesome. I forget his name. Awesome something.
Awesome, cool.
Awesome. Cool.
That's right.
Yeah,
Monsieur
well-
Awesome Cool has sent you here too, no?
Well, yeah, he sent us all here, and you must have done something pretty awful. He hasn't pushed anyone through in a little while. Here, and he like screws over to a table in the corner. You see a large animal head mounted on a plaque that you don't recognize. A few creaking chairs scrape across the floor. It's a pretty crowded place. There's maybe like, 40, 50 people in here. You move to a corner away from the hustle and bustle. The bar is still a good 15, 20 feet away. You're sort of quiet. He sits down with you. Yeah, what'd you do to piss him off?
Well, it's kind of hard to say, man. One second, I was surfing a really sweet wave back on my home planet, and then I was brought through this wormhole through a different dimension, man. And then we were in this intergalactic courtroom with this little robot right here. And Miraz picks up Beep Borp, who's trying to tell us that the three of us are on trial for some kind of crazy, wacky crime, the hijinks of which I can only just barely begin to comprehend myself. And she waves away someone who's bringing over a glass of beer. No alcohol, thank you. Do you have any benzene?
Oh, don't know what benzene is, but I'm sure we could try to rustle some up. Don't have much in the way of supplies here, but and you put Beat Borp on the counter, and he's a little bum, just like sits down and he folds his legs. He's still wearing his tie from the court, but it's all soaked in damp from the cold. Right, well that's pretty interesting, I suppose. But
yeah, well, so Mr. Awesome Cool, he said that he was gonna go get a stone, and it became a weird competition and a dick measuring thing about how fast we could get it, and he was gonna get it faster, and then he elbowed us through another wormhole and popsicle planet, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, we all got different stories about Damien Awesome Cool and how he ended up here, so that one's definitely one of the weirdest, though. I mean, other than his dad, who he pushed in. I'm wondering, what do you plan on doing then? Obviously, this court's gonna, what? Kill you?
They're probably... well, if is there anything like me, they would cut off our heads if we don't bring back the stone. You see, what we are looking for is a stone. Is a stone? What's a stone, no? And Charlemagne looks around at his companions. It's just
It's
a
like
stone.
It's like show him the pamphlet.
Ah, oui, that's right.
Oh no, this is
pulls out the
nice,
pamphlet.
laminated and everything. Damien gives one of these to every 10 or so people that come here, so you're pretty lucky to get a pamphlet.
What do you mean? Are there other people looking for the same stone?
Oh no, not the stone, but different things, different jobs, different bounties that he ends up pushing the people in. He's a pretty competitive bloke, but I've never seen him push 3 people in at the same time. You must have really, really upset him. All this must be pretty powerful. Interesting. So what's your plan then?
Well, the first part of the plan was really to not get murdered by the dwarves.
Oh,
Which I
did you
think we
take
did.
on those dwarves?
Yeah, we did pretty good.
They're fucking crazy, them dwarves. I sent my little brother up there the other day, came back missing 2 fingers. They said they wanted to taste what it would taste like.
Can you just regrow those, or is it a series of alchemical reactions?
What? Is she having a laugh? I don't know what you mean. Can't grow them back here. We lose what we lose here. And he holds up his hand and he's missing a thumb.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
I guess you cannot give any sign of approval, no?
Nah, typically when I want to do a thumbs up, I'll just say, fuck you. So I guess you guys want to get off the planet then, eh?
Well, yes, I guess in the meantime, we do need to get off the planet, but ultimately, we need to find a sacred stone, so have you seen it, I guess?
No. Says here it's a Bedouin stone. I don't know what that means, but never heard of that. And at the words "getting off the planet," a big burly man with an orange beard stands up to the table. "Get off the planet? Why? This place is paradise, minus the extreme cold weather that kills you almost instantly. But pie, oh buy that pie." And he holds a big piece of pie. "Nothing better than living full with this pie is."
I kind of picture this bar as being the tavern in
Beauty and the Beast.
Indiana Jones.
You know what's so funny? That was 100% my influence. It was the Indiana Jones meeting with
Well,
what's her name? Perfect.
It must be
You guys
a
must be
brotherly
brothers or
instinct.
something.
Yeah, but like obviously sillier. And he holds this big slice of pie out towards you.
Miraz's phalanges just kind of warble in the general direction. It smells delicious.
"It's the most delicious pie on the whole planet," and he pulls it back and starts eating it. I mean, he's not wrong.
Charlemagne-
It is a nice place to live. None of us have really tried to get off the planet, other than Charlie. But you know, we made a pretty good home here.
Charlemagne turns to the man that was just offering the pie, and he says, "You, big fat ugly man, with the pie. You, why don't you want to get off the planet? It's ice cold here. It's not a very happy place."
He
As you
turns
say,
around
like that.
and eyes you down. "It's big fat ugly man, not big fat ugly man. You're pronouncing it wrong." And he stands up over you. "And I don't want to get off the planet because you can't get off the planet."
Ah, we can get off the planet.
"No,
if
you
really
can't get
want
off
to.
the planet."
You can.
"No, you can't.
You can. Get
You
off the planet.
can't."
You can. And this goes on for like
Yeah.
15 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
They're just like at it.
"You can't."
Meanwhile,
You
Miraz is turned to Reza
can't.
and she's like, I mean, it makes sense. Like, when you think about it kind of esoterically, if you don't want what you can't have, then you're not going to be unhappy in your life, right?
That's right. And another question: if this is a frozen planet, where are they getting these apples from?
Dude!
Mind blown.
"You can't, and that'll be the end of it." And then the
Okay.
guy who's standing beneath is like, "Well, I mean, they could get off the planet." And he's like, "Well, of course they could, but I mean, they can't." And he turns around and continues eating his pie.
Well, listen here, you. And he points back to Paul Dano. He says, "Tell me, have you ever met anyone that has looked for this stone? Have you heard anything about it? Anything that could give us this slightest sense of direction of which way to go across the universe, apparently?"
No, listen here. You're trying to read a book with a telescope. You're looking way too minor at this. Crichton is one dead planet in a whole universe. You heard of the Strange, right?
Is this strange? No. What is this strange? And he looks at his companions. Is this strange? No? You heard it strange?
I
Not
mean,
at all.
I've been called strange.
No. The Strange. It's well. Look, the short version is this. What you're on right now is one place, one planet, and in between this and every other planet is just a big black nothingness that you can sometimes traverse and sometimes travel between. It's an endless void of swirling and twirling gases and miasma. Look, where you're looking for this stone, you're standing on a grain of sand. You need to narrow down your search. I mean, you said it was the Bedouin stone. It's nowhere near this place, I'm sure. Look, Mr. Awesome Cool pushes all of his dirty laundry down here. I doubt he'd be pushing you towards the stone that he's looking for.
Perhaps you make some good point in what you say. Have you got a map of some sort where we might look?
No, and even me saying it like this, it's only I'm repeating what Charlie told me. Charlie's the one who knows more about this, and he's the only one here that wants to get off this bleeding rock. So, if that's your goal, and it sounds like it is, then you want to speak to him.
Well,
Who?
yeah.
Which one is Charlie?
Charlie Rabbit, over there. And he points across the bar, and you see like a 2-foot tall rabbit. Its fur is like all white. It's like anthropomorphic, where it's got longer limbs and like bigger feet, and its big floppy ears are hanging over it, and its white fur is all dark. It's all gray because of like the dirt and the mud, and he's just passed out drooling on a piano. I mean, Charlie Rabbit, he's the only one that tries, and every new people that come through here, he tries to convince to go with him to try to get out, but believe you me, when they taste some of that apple pie. Anyway, and he stands up. You get yourself to know. There's lots of fun people here. And he gestures to the barman. That's the owner there, Dan Polorino, and he'll help you out with anything.
Dan Polorino. We just finished speaking with Paul Dano, right?
That's right.
Is the
Charlemagne,
rabbit dead?
The rabbit, he looks over. No, you misunderstand. His name is Charlie Rabbit. Anyway, no, he's not dead. He's probably drunk. If you want to talk to him, you're going to have to figure out how to sober him up, but good luck.
Charlemagne very rudely pushes Paul Dano out of the way and walks directly to the rabbit.
Yeah.
You, rabbit, what are you doing? Give us a ride out of here now, or I'll take off your head. You, and he starts poking him in the shoulder. You, wake up, silly little rabbit.
Yeah,
Hey.
it's stone drunk.
I start slapping him in the face.
Yeah, nothing happens.
Do what I want to happen. Hey, you. Why is not he doing what I ask? This is ridiculous. What is this place? Nobody's doing anything I ask.
Everyone's just like watching you slap this small anthropomorphic rabbit.
I'll go over to him and I pick him up by the scruff of his neck.
Yeah, he's just drunk.
And
He's wearing like, you
noticed-
see he's wearing like a little suit. He's wearing like a tiny little 3-piece suit with a little vest. It's real ratty like, but he just sort of like hangs there.
And I turn to my companions. It's like, he's so soft. You got to feel him. He's so soft. And I grab the nearest drink and I throw it in his face.
Yeah, it's cider, because everything's cider, and it splashes, and you see a little tongue come out and lick his lips, and he still seems fast asleep.
Aw, so cute.
Nah.
Well, I mean, I hate to say it, but we don't have time for this kind of thing, guys. We got a clock that's just ticking down. Just the minutes are just going by, you know?
And Charlemagne turns to the bartender. You, Dan Paulino. What have you got to wake this rabbit up? You give me something of your very best to give him a shot of wake up. Yeah? See?
Are you
Oui?
talking to me?
I don't see anybody else behind the bar, you stupid hairy slob.
Hey, Tiny, slap that guy for me. And next to you, this really small guy hops out of a chair and just slaps your knee. And then he curtly nods to Dan.
Did it, boss?
And he hops back into his chair.
Is that surprisingly hurt a lot? I was not actually expecting anything.
Now,
like
why don't
that.
you ask with a little more manners?
You get me something now for this rabbit to wake him up,
Tiny,
please.
get Biggie. Slap this boy. And Tiny's like, you're up. And this big hulking guy walks over to you.
I said please. Please stop.
You want me to slap him, boss? I don't know. Why don't you beg for forgiveness?
Beg. That is beneath me. I do not beg.
And I go over and I put my finger on Charlemagne's lips. It's like, shh.
Thank you.
And Charlemagne's like starts licking it.
And I when I do that, I just put my whole hand on his face and I said, sir, I apologize for my companion, the tizzy that he's in. if you could kindly and with the utmost respect help us wake the rabbit up or get us some sort of transport out of here or tell us what we need to do so we can get out of your hair.
Nice. Yeah, I like that. Give me an intellect roll. It's going to be a very easy. It's going to be a 3 or higher.
Oh, okay, good, because I got 4.
Oh, nice. Yeah. He like looks at you. He's like, all right. And he gestures to Biggie, who sits back down on Tiny. And he's like, well, we get a lot tapped through here. I understand not many people are happy about being tossed into a dead planet wasteland, icy cold as it is. Come on, pull up a stool. And he gestures in front of him.
Overall, we really do appreciate your hospitality. Do you know how to wake up a rabbit?
Oh, Charlie Rabbit? Yeah, I know. But first, what's your story? Why'd you get pushed in here?
Well, me personally?
Sure.
Well, man, you bone folk, I just don't really understand. I was swimming, and, well, fuck. It's all just a big misunderstanding. Mr. Awesome Cool is kind of a douche.
Hey! Not you, senior. I agree.
We didn't do anything.
Mr. Biggie is like leaning over your shoulder, Charlemagne, waiting for you to be.
You need to understand that I did not mean to insult you. It's just who I am. I'm sorry, but listen, I think what you said is absolutely true. We are simply frustrated at the fact that we were pushed on this icy cold planet against our will for seemingly no purpose at all. I was at home in the middle of demanding a beheading, and suddenly I was transported out of my seat into what seems like a very stately courtroom. And then all of a sudden we're on this little planet and I'm turning German suddenly. What's going on here?
It has to do with the ice, I think, Charlemagne. The climate, the vibration in your vocal cords is all fucking up. We gotta get out of this place.
You really want to get out, eh? Many people seem to make a pretty good home here. Obviously, when it's a little less blustery outside.
Listen, I appreciate it, I really do, but no matter what, they're gonna come for us in 48 hours.
All right.
Even if we want to stay here, and maybe I do.
So you're up against Awesome Cool then?
Yeah, he's
Absolutely.
he's our rival now. He said that he's gonna find the stone before we do, and I can't let that happen because I can't go to jail.
All right.
Say, Monsieur Awesome Cool Senior, over there. Is there a way that you would help us?
Fuck you!
Oh, well, that seems like it could be a
Fuck
dead end.
you!
I won't pursue.
He's a bit out of there. Look, did you know I was the first one pushed in here? Even before his father over there? If you do manage to get off this rock, and you do manage to beat Awesome Cool to this, whatever you're trying to get, I gotta tell you, he's faster, smarter, even sexier than you can imagine. How do you plan on beating him?
Because there's 3 of us and only 1 of him.
Probably murder.
4 or more if you count Miss Akak here.
Absolutely.
How many of you tried to murder Awesome Cool? And you turn around and you see, like, half the hands go up. Look, you 3 seem different because between you and me, no one else has ever tried to get off this rock. Everyone gets beaten by Awesome Cool and they seem to give up. But the reason he pushed me here is because I knew something about him. Something so powerful It would make him less of an awesome cool and more of a dumb fool.
Good one.
Something his father doesn't even know. But I don't want to go giving this information to anybody, because if you don't get out of here, or if you misuse it, well, I got no more cards to play. It's the one thing I've been holding on to. How do I know I can trust you?
All we can give you is our word.
We're at the end of our rope here, man. We got literally nothing else to do. We have to do this. Hold on a second. And Miraz pulls Charlemagne and friggin' Reza into like a huddle. And she's like, okay, guys, listen, I got a plan. We find out whatever this information is, and then one of you makes like a really rousing speech, because everyone in this bar hates awesome cool, right? So what if we make our own army, and then we can like bring him through the wormhole and then just jump on him in his sleep or something. I think maybe if we can get everyone on our side, then we can't lose, right?
Right.
Right? Am I right or
Great
what?
Absolutely.
Great idea. Great idea.
For sure.
I'm just not really one for rousing speeches, so you
Oh.
guys take care of it.
As you're sort of
am.
huddled, turned away from the bar, you're sort of just scanning the people in the bar, and you see a mysterious figure sitting in the corner. His hood is up. His eyes are dark and serious, and he sort of meets
Strider.
your eyes. He sort of meets your eyes, and he nods, just sort of like.
Oh shit.
And the bartender says, "Look, I overheard you. I think that's a good idea, but look, I think you're on for the right reason. I think you have good motivation here, but you do me a favor, and I'll let you know. I'll let you know what I know."
What's your favor?
Yes, please share your favor with Mr. Big. I can't do this anymore. Stay away.
I need you
Find your room.
to go get some more apples.
But where
Easy.
will we find apples?
A
My
tree.
ears perk up.
Huh?
A tree.
In the a tree?
Yeah.
What sort of tree would have apples on it?
Well, typically an apple tree.
Seems much more straightforward than I thought.
So
We will do this
Cool.
if you can promise to get us off of this planet.
I can't. I don't even
Oh.
know.
Well, okay then. You get us off this planet, we'll give you an apples, and then we have to find the Bedouin stone. Oh my god, I think we will lose our heads. This is much too big of a task for
Look.
48 hours.
I can't get you off the planet. I don't know how, but what I can tell you is if you
I
do
thought
get
you just
off
said
this
you
planet-
would.
No, I said I'd give you information about Damien Awesome Cool. What, are you listening?
We'll do it.
Well, I was.
Perfect.
But
Go get me some more apples from the tree out back.
Ack!
how could this be? I will
At the back.
go too. And I join you, Ak. This shouldn't be so bad. We will just simply pick the apples off the apple tree.
No
What could
problem.
be so hard?
So
And I've
easy.
actually been carrying around the
What
rabbit
the
with
fuck
us
is
all
an
the whole
apple,
time.
by the way?
perfect.
Just the drunk rabbit. Yeah, perfect. He's like murmuring
So
to
I
himself
laid-
every once in a while. He's like,
I kind of lay him down by the fire, cover him up with a napkin.
perfect. As you like walk over to the fire just to lay him down, you pass sort of within like 5 feet of that man wearing the hood, the mysterious man. He sort of just
think he
follows
finds
you with
you.
his eyes.
I'm kind of giving him the side eye.
Yeah. And he catches your eyes.
And he's got beautiful eyes.
Does he lick his
They're like
lips?
green. They're gorgeous.
Can you see his hair?
I mean, yeah, Reza can a little bit. It's like dark hair. It's a bit in his face. It's longer.
Like cool. Okay.
Looks pretty cool.
I would not know.
I I continue to walk out back, I guess, where this apple tree is,
Mhm.
supposedly.
I'm
Okay.
following. I don't know what an apple tree looks like or what apples are, but I'm a blunt object. Point me somewhere.
Perfect. Yeah.
I've s-
You
there's apple trees all over in my world. My
Okay,
work
good.
region.
so I love that you like explain that. On Earth, there's apple trees.
It's like, ooh,
Oh,
ooh.
nice.
No, that's great. So you're gonna know exactly what we gotta
So
do.
Reza, you're following too?
Is it dangerous?
Yeah, but I'm just still looking back at this hooded figure.
Yeah, his eyes follow you as you head to the back door, and then you disappear from his sight. So yeah, you begin heading down this passageway. You sort of pass this kitchen. You smell the cinnamon and that sort of tartness of delicious apples. You see people moving in the back, baking pie after pie. And then you turn a sharp corner to the only sort of passageway you can see. And suddenly the hall gets darker. It just seems more ominous. The floor beneath your feet creaks a little louder. The walls are a bit offset. It churns your stomach a little bit as you continue moving towards what you perceive as a back door. It sits on its hinges slightly askew. It seems like very few people pass by this way, as if it's a rare occurrence to head towards this back door. And you stand before this thick oak door. The iron of the handle is almost ornate, and you continue forward.
Absolutely. I turn the handle and I comment, sure doesn't seem like anybody has been back here for some time, especially for an establishment that makes a lot of apple type drinks. That's very strange. There's like dust on the handle and dust on
Yeah.
the floor.
Yeah,
We're creating footprints and dust.
yeah.
Spooky.
Yeah, I've got a bad feeling about this.
You turn the handle, and it creaks slightly as the door opens towards a dimly lit outside area. Yeah, that's creak.
Like that's how little it creaks, just slightly.
Perfect. And you see the dimly lit area out back. There's sort of a wrought iron ornate fence next to a mountainside that seems to stretch high above. Snow flakes fall softly around. It's away from the wind, and you see this iron gate sort of with peaks on it. They look almost as sharp as knives. Bizarre visions, weird carvings in the iron surround, and in the center of this large open area, to which this seems to be the only door, you see a dimly lit apple tree. It stretches up high. Snow covers its top, but you still see from underneath its canopy the red glint of apples on these electric torches almost that seem to be placed around its base to illuminate it. It sits ominous and silent in the falling snow.
Sick.
You only hear the crunch of your feet against the snow. Yeah, good sound effect.
Charlemagne walks out into the deep snow and exclaims to his companions, well, this is an apple tree. It doesn't seem like there's anything too extreme here.
Suddenly,
Let's,
the snow begins to fall from the tree as it shakes. Flakes of snow fall, and you see the bright green of its leaves. It creaks and bends almost as if it's alive. And you see the tree trunk almost twist slightly to reveal a bizarre face in the trunk of the tree. It seems to have a snarling mouth and dark, jagged eyes, and it turns to you slowly and says, "Oh, hey guys. Looking for some apples? I'm your tree." Its voice beckons and echoes out to the big empty area. "Just kidding, I know there aren't any other trees around. Oh, boy, it's lonely back here. How you doing? Are you new? I don't recognize you. Did Dan send you?"
There was a small part of me that was hoping this would be dangerous and not annoying. But unfortunately, it seems everything we come across is either very dangerous or very annoying. Oh, hello!
What do you mean
I turn
annoying?
and greet the tree.
Hello to you. What's your name?
Why, I am King Charlemagne. And what is your name, magnificent apple tree?
My name is Teddy.
But of course it is.
Hey, Teddy, what's up, man?
Nothing much. So excited you're back here. I've been waiting for some friends for a long time. Doesn't seem like Dan comes back here very often. Don't know why. But you looking for some apples? I got 'em. Just a lonely tree looking for some company. Got a bushel ready for ya. And he kind of shakes a little bit.
Miraz,
what it
like,
is, that's-
jellies over.
Oh, just wait. Not yet. Wonder if you could do me a quickie. Maybe have a chat.
A chat.
Yeah.
Is it sort of like a conversation?
It's exactly like a conversation. I'm just a little lonely, frankly. Been back here for a long time.
Cool. What do you want to talk about?
Oh, nothing much.
See any problem with a short conversation?
Anything cool going on? How'd you get here? What's the weather like? What's your last name? Where were you born?
Well, I guess I'll start. Hello,
Hi.
my name is Charlemagne Remy.
Nice
I
to
am,
meet you. My name's Teddy.
I would appreciate it, Teddy, if you didn't interrupt me.
Oh, I didn't mean to. I'm sorry. I'm always doing that, putting my foot in my mouth, or trunk in my mouth. Dan used to love that one. He used to talk to me a lot when he needed more apples. Now they just seem to come every once in a while, get a whole load of apples, and then wait a long time before they get any more. I wonder why.
Well,
This place used to be
hope-
filled with trees back when the sun was bright. You used to love it there. Lots of friends, too. Now it doesn't seem so
Oh.
much.
So there was initially a lot of sunlight.
Oh,
In this
orchards
place?
and orchards and orchards. Lots of us, all playing all day, having a good old time.
Well, you see, back where I'm from, there is a small city.
The sun
Is
was
that
a bright
alwa-
blue at one point, I remember. Then it started getting really hot, and then it died. Would you believe that?
Excuse me, would you?
What about you, friend? You look pretty cool. He points to you, Reza, with one long branch.
Can't
And
believe that.
I'm just looking back between Charlemagne and the tree with my mouth hanging open. It's like you're talking to a tree.
I get what's going
I don't
on
know.
here, though.
I don't know what the apple trees do where you're from, but the apple trees do not talk and do not move where I come from. But
Oh.
that being said, my name is Reza. I'm from Earth.
Nice to meet you, Rez.
Yeah.
Can I call you Rez?
Yes, that would be great.
That's cool. I like you. I like your hat. I like your gun. You have nice boots. What's your name? And he turns to you, Miraz.
What?
Oh, you're funny. What's your name?
Huh. My name's Miraz Brej. Ak!
I like that. Ak, ak. That's a funny sound. I like it. Ak, ak. Do it again.
Well, I won't do that again.
All right. Say, what are you guys doing back here?
Well, you know that
Well-
we're here for the apples.
That's right.
Yes.
Happy to
And in
give you
fact,
some. Whole bushel
Now
here
that
for you.
we've had our conversation, maybe we could have some of those apples and be on our way. What
Course.
would you say about
I
that?
think that's totally fair. Just another minute of conversation. Pretty lonely back here.
Of
So,
course.
what is...
We've got a lot
How's Dan doing?
No, how about this tree? Tell me about your friends.
Oh, I have lots of friends. Jimmy, Timmy, Jake.
And like they died when the sun exploded or something?
Well, I wouldn't say died so much as burnt up.
They burnt up.
Yeah.
Well, that's really sad.
Well, it can be sad, yes, but try to keep happy, Teddy says.
Anyway, it's nice that you've got all those friends inside and that they make your apples into delicious pies.
Can't you smell it? And you rhymed. Well done.
What? Okay, cool. So, apples?
Not yet. You need to answer a riddle.
Okay,
Oh,
listen.
first it's a conversation, and now it's riddles.
Do you want to have a
What's next?
conversation? I'd love to have a conversation.
That's pushing the goalposts, my friend, and I can't allow that.
Just one quick riddle.
Fine, let
Fucking
him get a
fine.
riddle.
God
What is
damn
your
it.
riddle?
Um,
Oh, apple tree.
What grows taller when...
Oh,
Is
come
it an
on.
apple tree?
Silly
I'm just
apple
trying to
tree.
remember. It's been a long
For
time.
all this time, is it?
What
you
grows-
can't even know a riddle off the top of your head.
What
come
grows
on, give us the
taller
apple, it's like
the
we come
more
here
you grow it?
Is it a clone?
Nope. Sorry, but I can offer you another riddle, or we can chat.
for. It's. I know this one. It's very familiar to me. It's a pile of beheaded heads.
Oh,
For every head that you add to it, it grows the pile bigger.
wait.
Oui?
Why don't we ask you a riddle, and if you can get it, then we get apples, and then if we win and you don't get it, then you give us some apples instead.
Oh, I love riddles. Okay.
Do you guys have any riddles?
I love whispering. I whisper all the time.
You can't see me. But you know I'm there. And I have no taste, but I smell lovely.
Is it a burnt apple?
That was it. I'm sorry. I just saw a burnt apple, and it's the first thing that came into my mind. I'm sorry.
But that means you got it, so then we get the apples, right?
You win. We get
Thank
the
you.
apple.
It was such a pleasure. And Miraz starts walking forward to get some apples.
Oh, right. Yeah, of course. Yeah, that was a fun game. I enjoyed it.
And
Thanks for
now
spending
we will
time with
get our
me.
apples and leave you be. Back to your quiet time alone.
All right. And he shakes and
Uh,
30 apples fall.
there's ow, fuck. Okay, cool. Listen, did you want to come with? Are you like a wandering thing?
Fortunately not. I
Cool.
stuck here.
See ya.
Bye. Send someone else back here, please. I'm just really lonely.
I grab one of the apples and split it open and take out a handful of the seeds and pace off about 20 feet. And if the ground's not too hard, I chip away at the frozen ground and I plant the seeds and cover them back up. And it's like, maybe some friends will grow. You got to take care of them, and you've got to talk to them every day.
Oh, thank you. That's the nicest thing anyone's ever done for me. Here. And he reaches a long branch out and he snaps off one of his branches and right in your open hand. And you see the little bud be like, "Hi." He's like, "I can talk to you through this. Thank you so much for being so kind. I'm hoping you can bring me with you." And you've gained an artifact.
Yes.
So this is something that's
Bob.
like a cipher that has repeatable benefits that I honestly didn't think any of you were going to get or do. So I'm going to give it to you next time and write up what it does.
That's
Great
awesome.
job, Bob.
Great job.
And I'm also going to give you an XP for that. Well done.
Good job.
That's how you
Riddle,
figure it outside
Alex.
the box. What's that?
It's a good riddle, Alex.
Good job. Okay, yeah. You have apples and you have a tiny piece of Teddy the apple tree.
Teddy.
Tiny Teddy.
Yeah, and he's like,
As
he's like wherever you're holding that tree, he's like talking every once in a while.
I mean, Miraz wants to stay here and protect Teddy with her life.
Yeah, leave one of your clones.
Can I?
I mean, I would have let so many solutions to this stupid puzzle. Actually, no. I'm gonna let Bob kind of won it because I thought that was the cleverest idea. A lonely tree needs company. I was okay with a clone staying, another tree growing,
I
a
can't
pet
leave
rock.
a clone though.
What?
Like, mechanically.
I would let it happen. Absolutely, narratively, I would let you leave a piece of yourself. 1000%.
I would not have gone that. I just thought that this was like.
Listen, I wasn't. This was not a clear-cut puzzle. It wasn't meant to be. You could absolutely leave with the apples in any number of ways that you just did, but you
I
get an
just figured
artifact
you
if you
would
do something to make the tree less lonely, and that was a great idea. So Bob gets the artifact.
So cute.
Well done.
Nice.
Let that be the
Nice.
theme running forward, that you can solve any interaction any number of ways, but if you do something special, you're going to get something special.
I want to. Can I consult with my companions without you listening, Harlan? Like, I'll put my hand up.
Well,
and
no,
then
but you can do it.
it's just going to take 2 seconds. I just don't want you to hear my idea.
Sure, whatever. Okay.
Maybe
just
it
put your
doesn't
hand
really
up.
matter.
No, you know what?
I'll-
I am totally fine with it. Go for it.
I'll just put my hand down when you're. Oh,
I'll just
So,
tell him when you're done.
what- yeah. Oh, good point. Okay. It was just about this wig that I have, the Karen, that believes something that defies all logic. Like, we could put it on somebody in the
Yeah.
bar and be like,
Send them back to the tree.
yeah, either that or get them to like help us off the planet or something.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Figure out how to build a spaceship or something.
You can just feed them full of BS,
I
and
mean, we don't.
they're going to
have
believe you.
We don't have to keep Harlan out of this conversation. He's not going to be like,
No.
"Oh, I listened to you," you know.
I don't know.
But I
He can
totally.
listen to it.
I mean, because I have an idea about what you could do.
I'm going to listen back in because it
Yeah.
sounds like
Yeah.
Dude, I totally
just tell
forgot
him?
about your wig. Put the wig on the rabbit and tell the rabbit that
wanna
it's
put the wig
sober.
on a- I want to put the wig on something to make
Put the
them
wig
believe
on the
that defies
rabbit,
all
dude.
logic.
You just tell it that
Yeah,
it's
okay.
sober and it works.
I guess that's
Right?
gonna happen. Yeah.
Plus, it
Well,
would look super cool, a wig on a rabbit.
Yeah, I'm
So
picturing
cool.
like this,
Unless
like,
you have a better thing
Bieber
to do with it.
blonde Bieber wig.
So cute.
So, what do you do?
As we're walking back inside, I turn to Reza and I say, Reza, yeah, here, take this, and I pull this silly wig out of my satchel and I kind of tuck it on the rabbit's head while Reza's holding the ears up. I kind of tuck it in between the ears,
Yeah.
like, so it's sitting on the head, and I say, "You're no longer drunk, you silly little rabbit."
So cute.
Yeah. And the rabbit wakes right up and he's like, oh.
I want to see the manager.
You look like a real piece of work, rabbit.
And he's like, where am I?
You are our host on this long journey, which we have paid you a great sum of money for, and you have been employed to take us where we must go.
Hold on. What are
Yes.
the details of this wig?
The Karen believes something that defies all logic.
Yes, so it's sober. That's your use of it.
Oh,
You can't
Okay.
add to it. You can't keep tacking onto it. It's not
I
your
wanted to
like
see how far-
slave. Put it this way. Great use of it. I will give you an
Okay.
XP for that because I thought that was a
No?
genius use of
Okay.
it. Well done.
well, thanks.
So definitely an XP for that. And he wakes up.
Okay. But
Hi.
then, what did this rabbit know?
The rabbit knows how to get off the planet.
Right.
So he sort of
Well,
looks
I'm
around.
glad
He like hops out of your hands and like runs up against the wall. It's like, I've never woken up from a binge that quickly, this sober. Where are we? Are we at back? You're not talking that fucking tree, are you? Don't even start. Teddy will never shut up if you start. Hello? You look weird.
You are a talking rabbit.
What do you mean
and
talking
that is-
rabbit? I'm not. My name is Charlie Rabbit.
Of course.
Nice to meet you. So,
Nice to meet you too. What's
Rabbit.
your names? Let's start proper.
I
what?
feel like all we do is introduce ourselves.
You know what? I just woke up. So if you don't want to introduce yourself, that's all right. My name's Charlie Rabbit. I'll just call you Pinky, Punky, and Poe. Now, what do you want?
We were told that you knew how to get off the planet, that you would be willing to help us because apparently everybody in the bar thinks that you're awesome.
Ah, so you're interested in getting off this rock too, aye? All right, yes.
Also, do you know anything about the guy in the bar who's got a hood on? Because he was looking at me and I don't know. I got the heebie-jeebies.
I don't know, but I do know what you're talking about with getting out here. So you're saying that you want to get back to the strange.
Yeah.
What is
We've
this
heard
one
about that.
again?
A strange, large black void, places in between. Some are worlds, some are planets, all over the place. Which one are you trying to get to specifically?
The courtroom? No. We are looking for the Bedouin stone. Yeah? And he hands him the pamphlet.
Oh.
Any idea where we might be able to find this
I
stone?
would assume you want to start in the planet called Bedouin, since it's listed here in the pamphlet. And he turns it around towards you.
Oh. It's like small fine print.
Yeah, it's like an asterisk.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. You're the first 3 blokes that I've come across that have wanted me, or wanted in general, to get off this planet. I like this. Pinky, Punky, Poe, we're going to do it together. Now, let me tell you this. And he sits down and pulls out a pipe. Only one man has ever gotten off this rock. A long time ago. He was a doctor, I think. And he left a cryptic clue for all of us. It's above the bar in the room. Did you read it? No, you probably didn't. Let's go. And he starts hopping along. And he bursts back into the room. You're welcome with the scent and the smell. Carrying a bushel of apples, I'm assuming.
Oh, yeah.
And
everybody's giving us surprised looks because it didn't take that long to get
High
this
five.
bushel.
No,
Halfway
no one even cares. Like, no one knows anything about where the apples come from. It's just like the staff are like, it's your turn. Like, ugh. And Charlie jumps on top of one of the stools that's like spinning, and he points towards this placard above the fireplace, and it says, "A pointing tooth in open jaw, past never closing, empty maw, hanging danger, eon's daughter, sharpened fang, spawn of water." He points to it and says, "That's the only cue that you're ever getting to get off this fucking planet. And I've studied it. And only a few know what it actually means." And the entire bar is like, "It's a fucking water dragon in the castle." Quiet! They didn't know that. I was trying to impress you. That's for the water dragon in the castle. See, a long time ago, before that sun up there died out and this planet became an ice planet, there was a castle. A lot of dwarves, elves, those types of fairy folks, going around. Some of them still live in the caves and they're cannibals. Don't fuck with them. Anyway, there was a castle up there, big dragon, water dragon they called him, and that riddle says that he's there, but we have not gone there since. Because it's difficult.
Because of the dragon?
Well, no, the dragon's actually dead. Died out when the sun did, but the Wendigos up there.
Are those
Ew,
the
Wendigo.
dwarves or...
No. Wendigo's entirely different monster altogether, but, we can talk about that in a minute. It's, look, Bedouin, eh? When do you have to get to Bedouin?
Now. Basically now.
Oh, no.
In the
Now
next
listen. Right.
several hours.
Okay, if you're surfing the strange, which only skilled people can do, you have to understand something. It takes time. If you want to go somewhere far.
Sorry, did you say surfing?
Well, yes. I mean, listen, most people, they jump into the strange and they just whoosh, get washed off. But really talented people, pretty rare. Feel like I could do it myself, though I never tried. But very rarely you come across people who are able to surf the strange. Pretty difficult stuff to do.
Miraz is just looking off thoughtfully into the distance through her lead sunglasses.
Hey, Pinky, we're talking here. I need to know when you're trying to get to Bedouin, boy, because it's probably going to be a little bit of a time.
Now, when you say self the strange, so this piques Charlemagne's interest because actually I have, I'm knowledgeable in both initiative and translation.
Okay.
And I would like to use this opportunity to kind of naturally work this into my character in such a way, like obviously I don't translate through recursions through the strange on a regular basis.
Yeah.
But being that I'm a paradox, I'm somewhat learned in this.
Yep.
So maybe we can work that in here.
Yes, it'll be when you get to the jumping off point. But at this
Yeah.
point, it doesn't really, you don't know what it means just yet. It's kind of like, you know you're a carpenter until you hold wood, but you haven't held wood yet. So once you see the strange,
Understood.
I absolutely will work that into exactly what we're dealing with.
Yeah, I figured I'd bring it up just so that we're kind of.
I think that's
Thinking
great. I
towards a
appreciate
common
that.
goal.
Joe did a similar thing, and we're going to do the same thing for her character. So thank you for
Okay,
doing
cool.
that. He looks out and says, "We're going to have to cross the frozen lake of Dunmara, then the castle of Arharn. Like I said, you got to take me with you. Listen, I got to get off this rock for many reasons. I owe money to a few people, but mainly because my life isn't her. It's very cold for a rabbit. I'm not a snow bunny. I was white, but not that anymore."
Miraz, do I still feel the eyes on us from this dude in the corner?
Give a look.
A look?
Yeah,
I look.
around.
I look around.
No, he doesn't seem to be looking at you anymore.
But he's still there.
He's still there.
I would like to use an ability that I have.
Go for it.
It's a revision called Premonition.
Okay.
Cost me 2 intellect points. It says, despite appearances, reality, blah, 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 you learn one random fact from a person or location that is pertinent to a topic you designate. Alternatively, you can choose to learn a creature's level, etc. So basically, it just means that I get to learn some information through information leaks, a fact about this character.
Okay.
For one of my intellects. So
Okay.
I just get this like blinding headache in the bubbly flesh of my orb brain.
And you just a random fact about him?
I mean, I would hope that it would be somewhat pertinent. But that's your call.
I mean, he is fighting for love.
Thanks.
How strange of him.
I'll mark off one of these points.
Are you just pulling that out of a hat?
No.
Fighting for love.
It's true. I mean, fine.
what is
He's not interested in talking to you. Put it that way. I'll say that.
Baby, don't hurt me. Okay.
That's all I got. That was my lead.
Yeah, that's it. No, he doesn't want to talk to
A
you.
long moment of
Thank
silence.
you. Yeah.
I'm going to lean into Chuck the rabbit. I lean into him, and it's like this Wendigo. Does it bleed?
Well, you would hope so.
Like-
Most things around here tend to bleed. Is this meant to be like a... What do you mean?
If it bleeds, it can be killed.
Ah, yes. Well, let's leave the killing up to you, and you, and you, and Poe over there. And I will lead in a different way. A way that makes me feel a little bit more safe. So, I need to do some prep up in my room, get some stuff ready. But for lack of a better term, I think we are raring to go. What say you?
Yeah,
I'm
cool.
ready.
We
And I take
are
the branch
ready
out
to
of my
go.
pocket. It's in my inside pocket. And I said, are you ready to go, little tree?
Oh, yes, I'm ready for an adventure. Oh, I've been waiting for one my whole life.
And I put him back in my pocket, and his voice gets muffled.
All right, well, you're carrying a bushel of apples. I'm only assuming that Dan asked you to do that. I'll let you deliver them, and I will come back and find you in a moment. And he hops off.
Cool.
Perfect. Boing, boing, boing. So,
Are all realities this strange?
No, Biggie says beside you. Not everyone. And then he like slumps off.
I have to apologize. And I turn to the bartender. I was very short with you earlier. And I realize now that when I came in to here, you gave me a free drink, which was very kind of you. And so I'd like to say thank you. And also, I am sorry.
Well, I appreciate you saying that. I mean, Paul Dano over there buy you a drink, but nonetheless, look, I give people a little bit of leeway around here. Most of them get pushed or shoved or betrayed or stabbed. Some people just fall through that void dead. But regardless, I understand that people are typically having a very bad day when they come in here, so I understand. No hard feelings.
And thank you. That means a lot to me. Thank you.
Oh, you
Can
got
I
that
have another
bushel?
one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here you go. No problem. Is it time for like a rousing speech, or we just gonna put that in the back pocket?
You asking me?
No, I'm not asking you.
Perfect. And he goes to serve on like 2 other people.
If you, I mean, I feel like we're missing out on an opportunity here. We have all of these people who are sympathetic to us, right? I mean, right now they're kind of in the middle of getting intoxicated and eating apple pie, but ultimately, Damien Awesome Cool is the reason that everyone is here instead of back home with their loved ones. And I just think that maybe we could.
Charlemagne pulls a chair and he shoves it towards you and says, "Stand on the chair when you say this."
No, because I'm so
And
bad
say
at
it
this.
louder.
You do it.
You're doing a very good job. Just go with it.
I look at Charlemagne. It's like I've got a plan. It doesn't matter to me which either one of you can get up on the chair and make this speech, but I have a plan, and I kind of move off into the crowd over by there's a coat rack with dirty cloaks and
Okay.
coats
So
and stuff hanging on it.
I'm
so,
afraid
like,
that if I make this speech, that someone will get beheaded. That's
The
all I
coat
do.
rack turns to you and he's like, "How's it going?"
So like
You do this
this
speech.
this like pudgy like skin alien like steps up on this chair slurpingly and opens her snoot wide and allows her phalanges to part to project as much sound into the crowd as possible, and she just says, "Hey now, everybody. So what's bubbling? I'm Miraz. It's nice to see you all here in this weird apple bar. I just wanted to know, like, you guys are all here because of what's his name, guys? Fucking
Awesome, Monsieur
awesome, cool.
Cool.
Yes, how could I forget the bane of our collective existence? And so, yeah, I just think that, like, we're going to get off this rock and meet justice unto him. And if you guys wanted to come with, could work out."
And
We
I
can-
I take a cloak off the coat rack and I throw it over my head like this. And while she's giving her speech, it's like, yes, we're with you. And then I move off further into the
perfect.
crowd and kind of, yes, we will go with you. Awesome cool, let's die. Kind of get down in the crowd again, and I'm just making my way.
And so our good friend Charlie Rabbit was telling us about, I mean, you all shouted at us about the dragon. So we're going to go to the dragon. And like, y'all know, just band together and surfs up.
Absolutely. Here. Raise your glasses to the wonderful Mirak. Come on. We almost get who's with us? We almost get
Ack.
Is that right? And I who's the big guy, Big Tom or whatever? I like
Biggie.
give him a Biggie. I give him a sharp jab with my elbow. Come on.
So,
Ah,
okay.
We are all here together.
So this is going to be a difficult, which means a 12 or higher. I'm going to lower it one
shit.
tier because Bob is helping
Thank
you
you
by
so
like
much.
literally hiding.
Yeah, so unfortunately, I have an inability to persuade people.
Perfect. I'm also going to offer you a GM intrusion
Oh, okay.
if you'd like to take it.
Tell me about the intrusion.
So the intrusion would be that you have finished your speech.
Yeah, rousing.
And you feel
persuasive as it
uncomfortable with
was.
its power. You go on to say, in whichever words you choose, you completely misread the room and you say exactly the wrong thing. And it's going to increase the difficulty by 1 step.
So the intrusion is this roll that I'm making is going to be harder than it would be normally.
Correct, but you'll get 2 XP if you do it, and you get to sort of improv on what would be the worst thing to say to this
I'm
crowd.
definitely taking it.
Although you're increasing the difficulty, can I also help to lower it because I'm kind of like maybe
No, because
persuade
Bob's-
is even too nice.
No, because I think Bob had like, or Reza, I should say, is actually like physically in the crowd, like pretending, whereas you're just like kind of bullying people, and you don't have a great rapport, whereas Reza
True.
is better.
I could be glaring too. I'm glaring at people.
Perfect.
Saying-
Well, that would be a negative then. That'd make it harder. But anyway, we'll say this. So you are going to take that. So you're going to say something. You're going to misread the room, basically.
Mm-hmm.
I think in my world, your speech kind of succeeded. but you got really self-conscious. So you're going to say more that makes it worse. You know what I mean? Like you're going to keep talking. It's going to make it more difficult. So it's going to go back to a 12 or higher to succeed, but you're going to get an XP and you're going to give an XP to someone else.
So I'm going to play this now, and
Okay.
then we'll talk about rolls.
Brilliant.
So Miraz is still just like standing on top of this chair, and she lets loose a war cry that she thinks is like going to rally the group of people in the tavern to her. It's very Zoidberg-esque. Like there's a frill on the back of my head that goes like and then she turns around like a 360 and goes, look, I know you guys seem to be losers who can't get your life together because you came here because you were defeated by somebody and they beat you, and you've been hanging out here in this cold bar just drinking for years, and I get it. But you can make a different choice, and you should change your mind.
So good. So yeah, like immediately it was like
Congratulations.
people
That
were
was
like
good.
looking at each other, and then you say this, and they're like, "Wait a minute, what the fuck?"
And I emit like a very pungent scent.
Yeah.
So mathematically, because of my inability to interact with people.
Hold on, I can't hear it because Alex is.
That's really long, yeah. So.
Yeah. All right, go ahead.
Sorry.
No, it's not your fault.
The difficulty of any task that I perform for the entirety of my character's existence that involves charm, persuasion, etiquette, or deception is always harder by one because I'm an alien.
So already it's gonna go up. Okay.
And then
You
you
should
offer
have
me an
mentioned this
intrusion.
before making the speech, because
No, it's perfect.
She did say she was like, "I'm not good at doing this."
That's why I was like, oh,
You
I'm
did.
not to be the one who will stand on
I
this
thought
chair.
I thought you were being.
So
I
you're
don't
gonna
think
need
that
to roll.
she's cognizant of that fact about her, though.
So you need to roll a 15 or higher.
Okay.
Excuse me.
You
can still spend effort or whatever. You know, you could do all that stuff, but
no, fuck
you
it.
no
If
longer
it's meant
get
to be,
any
it's meant to
assets.
be. That's how I feel about this
All right.
right now. Ready? Here we go.
You've embraced it.
It's a 14.
Oh.
I thought you were gonna pull a Harlan and go, oh fuck, it's a 20.
That sucks.
Yeah, so you say this to the crowd, and they're all like looking at each other. The you've captured everyone's attention, but for the wrong reasons. You just hear Mr. Awesome Cool, the elder, just go, "Fuck you!" and everyone begins to start booing you.
Shut up!
Fuck you!
Go back to where you came from, even if you can't get there. You're a loser, just like
And-
the rest of us.
And everyone begins.
Stay and eat apple
We could try. Who do you give your XP to?
Bob, because of his efforts in assisting me. Thank you, Bob.
Absolutely.
And you know what? I'm feeling intrusion heavy tonight. So
Ooh.
let's say Charlemagne, as you're like moving away from this crowd because they're booing, you kind of push past a few chairs, and you see like a coiled snake on a chair. Like it's like got a beard next to it.
Snake like foiled Damien Awesome Cool's plans at some point.
Oh yeah, for sure.
He's like, into the void with you, Snake.
And I'm gonna offer you an intrusion that you like surprise it, and it's gonna make a defensive attack and then run away. And if you fail, a difficulty of 4 speed, you're gonna take 3 points of damage. Interested?
I have 3 points of might damage. Sure, I'll take it, because that's what games are all about.
Okay, so yeah, you're moving through. You kind of like move chairs. People are like booing and stuff like that, and you see this, and this snake is like, "Well, I didn't really know, but I did. Oh God!" And it like attacks you. And give me a speed defense roll. You're
You
gonna
can
need
do
a 12 or higher.
Expend effort.
You can do any of that.
I've just rolled a natural 1.
Oh no!
You can use XP to re-roll.
You can.
I can?
Yeah.
1 XP?
No, you can't. If it's a natural 1, I get a free intrusion.
Oh shit.
Daggio.
Even
Now,
on
what
an
the hell
intrusion?
happens when you roll a natural 1 on an intrusion that garners a roll?
intrusion.
Yeah, basically. So
Get.
I'm gonna be nice enough to say that you get an XP. So you fail this. You're gonna take 3 points of damage, regardless. Obviously, minus your armor. So you're going to take the XP. Who are you gonna give the second XP to?
Joe.
Okay. So Joe, you get the other XP.
Thank you. I don't deserve it.
And immediately another intrusion happens. And I guess because the snake just like attacked you. Let's say
It's a free intrusion, right?
yeah, it's
like
free.
You don't pay for it.
No,
I don't know.
Say
Maybe
he
he
bites-
falls on somebody.
He bites me, and I go into like like shock or something. I go into like medical shock.
His tongue
It's, like,
starts
so-
swelling in his mouth.
Yeah. And like my whole body starts to swell up.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this intrusion. It strikes you
almost
so
in a
it strikes you
balloon.
so hard that a bit of your equipment or a possession is broken. So
Maybe our pamphlet.
yeah, it just no, because that's not really useful.
Yeah,
You
it is.
have
Are you kidding?
armor.
It's the
No,
most
but
useful
you have 2 of them. You have 3 of them. You just use another. Something that's unique to you. We already broke your sword. I think this is gonna be a running
know.
gag. What do you have now? You have another weapon, right? it breaks
No,
that.
I don't. I have
You picked up
my
something
decorative
else.
sword. I have the wig.
The sword is broken.
Yeah, and the wig.
And
is
the
used.
rabbit's got the wig.
And the wig is used. Yeah,
But
it's a cipher, so
Harlan
it's got
did
one
give
use.
you some piece.
Yeah,
some
you
weapon.
picked something else up. I remember. Was it the dwarves' axe?
I think you said it's kind of whatever weapon you would like to use that's light.
And he picked something, a hand axe or something.
Oh, the dagger. You're right.
yeah,
Yeah,
that
I did. I picked up a dagger.
Well, that
Okay,
breaks.
yeah, so
So you're
so
like
the dagger I had.
it like
yeah.
you like so you're moving along. You bump into this chair. This snake is like, well, indubitably.
Oh,
So
I got it.
attacks you. You fall back.
No,
Sure, tell me how you
even
pick.
better. I start to swell up, and like my whole body swells up. I get so fat. The belt, my knife in my belt, literally like breaks.
Yeah,
under
it's like
pressure from my fat jelly sides, like pushing against my belt.
Amazing.
Oh shit!
It is what it is.
Charlemagne is spawning a clone over there. That's cool, man. Reza, did you know that Charlemagne clones?
I'm shredding. My mouth is shredding.
Everyone's like moving away from you. The 3 of you are like standing around each other as Charlemagne's getting bigger and bigger. The snake's like, "Oh, so sorry, it was reaction only."
I'm like the blueberry kid in
yes,
Yes.
in Willy Wonka.
Oh, fuck.
Willy Wonka.
Violet Beauregard.
And I can't even speak because my tongue is now swollen up.
His greatest fear.
Yeah, literally. Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're just like all fucking swollen now. So yeah, no, you didn't rile anybody. Dan sort of waves you over to the bar, and he's like, "What the fuck was that?"
Was I wrong? I mean, I think I did a good job.
You did a job. You said words. So, and he turns to Reza. What do you think of all this, Reza? You seem to be capable.
I'd really like to get out of here so we can
And
roll
on
my
that note,
friend.
you see Charlie Rabbit standing on the stool next to you. He's like still spinning because he just hopped up. He's wearing a tiny little backpack with his like waistcoat. He's like, "All right." He's like, "Well, I say this is probably the right time to be leaving. I'm looking around and I notice that you've pissed off almost everybody in the bar. So, Dan, I like to settle up my tab." And he's like, "All right. And these gents will be paying for it." And he'll meet you by the door, and he hops down. And Dan like looks back towards you. "All right, that'll be 20 Glendon coins."
You did, and I have this written down on my whiteboard. You did give us dollars for moderately priced item.
Yes, I did.
So I guess we just pay it.
Perfect. That costs all of it.
Fuck you. She puts the money down and walks away.
Thank you kindly. I would have happily negotiated to nothing, but thank you. Appreciate that.
Oh no.
I thought you were
What?
gonna say that'll be $200 million.
No, it's just
That
a bar
rabbit's been
tab.
stuck here for years.
Yeah.
Where
And,
did the snake bite Charlemagne?
Where did it bite you, Charlemagne?
In the ass.
On the
Right?
tit.
I've kind of grown partial to Charlemagne, so I
Aw.
rip open his his petticoat and his blouse.
Oh,
It's like I've got to suck the poison out.
Ew. What? No.
Do it.
Don't do that.
Do it.
It's like
and then like a pool toy, I deflate. You know, I'm like,
I'm horrified and amused at the same time.
So good.
I did not actually expect that to work, but you've proven me wrong. I have been proven wrong several times today. So, thank you very much, Reza. My hat and my crown goes off to you. And
Bless your heart, Bob Lyle.
I put my nose up in the air and walk out of the bar.
We didn't do the 18 plus one.
Yes, thank you very much, Bob.
Too late. That's amazing. So good. Gross and great. Yeah, so you continue. So you're ready to leave this place, I guess.
Yeah, let's do it. We follow the weird rabbit into the snow.
No, he's by the front door. He's like, all right, you got everything you need. But got supplies and everything from Dan.
What?
No, it doesn't matter. You
Supplies?
won't need it. And he hops up to the window and looks out. It's pitch black. It's just, all right. We're going to leave. I think probably.
It's like we're waiting by the door, and he's like, "We're gonna leave first thing in the morning."
Yeah, he's like, we're going to leave at first light. And he looks at the window. Now, let's go. And he hops down and he like opens the large door and it's still dark outside.
I
Weird.
wonder what light he was referring to.
Well, the sun's
God,
done,
it's
so
scared here.
we're just going to be stumbling around in the dark for a little while. But don't worry. The Wendigo will be waiting for us. And you head off into the darkness. And what I am thinking is we're going to stop there for tonight, gameplay-wise. However, how much XP do you all have?
I've got 5.
I have 4.
And 3.
Alex, I'm going to give you 1 XP for that, for just general role-playing, because I should have. So you should each have 4. At least. Bob has 5.
That was a good Venom situation.
That was, I mean, there's a lot of great
Overall.
moments. For
I
all
have
of
to
you.
say, I really enjoyed your speech there after you realized
you.
that it was an intrusion.
Yeah,
had
that was
to
fucking funny.
Make it. I really enjoyed that. I was like, oh god.
So
Funny.
what I want to spend the last little bit of the stream doing is talking about leveling up, or rather spending that XP. So, as you know, you can spend XP to re-roll. That is 1 XP. You can spend 2 XP for a medium or longer term benefit, like if you want to be specialized in climbing mountains. However, if you want to talk about character advancement, i.e. the next tier, if you look at all the characters you're playing, you have first tier abilities. So Paradox and Vector, which you guys are cumulatively, you have access to your first tier stuff, correct?
Yeah.
If you want to get to the second tier, you have to do 4 things. And each one of those typically costs 4 might. So we're going to do one of those tonight to level your character if you want. I suggest you do. I'm going to read the 4 out, and you guys can choose what you want to do, and you can walk us through it. So number 1, you can use this 4 XP to increase your capability. That means you get to add 4 points to any of your stat pools. If you want to increase speed by 2, might by 1, and intellect by 1, that's how you do it. So you get to increase any of your stat pools. Cool?
Yeah.
The second option... question, Alex.
Just a quick question. Is this like video games? When you level up, do I get my health back?
Yes, we'll say that.
Sick.
Okay.
Next thing you can do is moving towards perfection. So you can add 1 to your might, speed, or intellect edge. So again, edge reduces the cost of how much might, edge, or speed you spend when you lower something a tier, and it also lets you do it an additional time. So again, you spend typically, vanilla, you spend 3 effort to lower the difficulty of something. When you have an edge, you spend 2 effort. If you have 2 edge, you only spend 1 effort. So adding a second edge into a category makes it cheaper overall. That's the second option you have. The third option you have is you can increase your effort score by 1. Right? Yeah, effort score. What the hell's the effort score again?
effort is so you start with 1 effort.
Yeah.
and you
so you
apply
can expend your pool of effort during your turn. So if you expend effort, it means that you decrease the
Oh yeah, I combine
Difficulty.
edge and effort, which I do every time. Effort is just how many
Yeah.
times you can lower it. So if you have 2 effort, you can lower something twice.
Yes.
That's it. Edge is just the cost. And then finally, you can do skills. You become trained in one skill of your choice other than attack or defense. Now, if you choose a skill you're already trained in, you become specialized in it, which means anytime you roll something that you are specialized in, you reduce it by 2 steps. For example, I'm pretty sure Miraz is currently trained in mathematics.
Correct.
If she spent 4 XP to become specialized in mathematics, anytime she does a mathematics roll in this entire game, it's going to go down 2 points, which is very good. So, increase your stat pools, increase your edge, increase your effort or your skills. Let's start off with Joe. What are you going to do?
I'm going to do all of them. Right? I have 4 XP.
Yeah,
You
but it's
spend-
4 XP per.
What?
So you have to spend
You
4 XP to do one of these
Oh.
Yep.
So I won't level up.
until you get 16.
Well, that's a very different situation.
No, 12.
So
No,
4 times
16.
4. Yeah, 16.
4.
Yeah,
Why
4
would you do 4?
XP times 4 different kinds of advancement brings you
exactly.
to tier 2.
Easiest way to
There's
think about
4
this
different
is you have 4 XP. To increase your capabilities, you get 4 new points. So that one's the easiest one to sort of relate this to.
Well, I think I'm going to add points to my stat pools.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
So next time you have 4 XP, you can do one of the other 3 and work your way towards leveling up your tier. Or you can do another stat pool. Like you don't have to go work towards the next tier. Pretty sure.
Cool. So my
No,
new
that's not
stats-
true. Sorry. You have to buy all 4 stages to advance to the next tier before you can buy the
That's
same
right.
stage again. So you're going to have to do all 4 of these once. It's just what you want to do first. Sorry, continue, Joe.
My new stats are I have an 11 might, a 12 speed, and an 18 intellect.
Wow. Nice. All right. Alex, which of these are you going to do?
I am going to take 4 points and add them to my intellect or to my different pools.
Okay. Same as Joe.
Yep.
Perfect. And Bob, what are you thinking?
I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to make my might
Yeah.
15, speed 14, and intellect 11.
Wonderful. Perfect.
No, you know what? Actually, I take it back. I'm going to because everybody's. I don't want to. I'm just going to do something different because this is what I did last time we played the Strange. So I think I'm going to increase the edge.
Perfect.
Add 1 to your.
So which edge are you going to do? You have a might,
I'm
speed,
gonna
or
t-
intellect edge?
I've already got a 1 in intellect. I'm going to.
I
That
would.
at 2.
I was just about to say. So this is great. So
So smart.
typically, when you lower something difficulty, or when you lower the difficulty of something, you take your edge away from the cost. So as we know, without any edge, it costs 3 points. So if you want to convince somebody of something using intellect and you want to lower it, it costs 3 points. Well, with a 2 of edge, it's only going to cost Alex 1 point. Additionally, Alex, because you have an edge, anytime you cast a spell or that uses intellect points, because I know you have some things that say this costs 2 intellect points, the first time you cast that per round is free now. So it doesn't cost you anything. So it's really, really
That's
useful
right.
to use.
And now we are on tier 2, right?
No. So you don't get to the second
Oh.
tier until you do all 4 of these things. So, but again,
Okay.
we're going to be leveling up pretty damn quick. You got 4 XP literally just in that last scene alone, and I'm going to be doling it out more as it continues on. I wanted to sort of introduce the rules and stuff a little bit slower
That's great.
To go through. And the artifact, I will let you know, Bob, by next week what it does, but it's something very cool. So well done.
Alrighty.
And
I'll go break me off a branch.
break
little
me off a
stick.
piece of that branch bar.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the one thing you do need to have a branch at the computer next time when we stream. so
Otherwise,
that
it
you
doesn't
can
count.
wave it around.
I'm gonna do it.
Harry
You
Potter.
know Bob will.
Accurate.
He's doing great. So yes, again, thank you so much for watching. Hope you had fun. We had a blast. This is, of course, The Strange. Dice Shame, new episode comes out tomorrow morning. Or tonight at 1:20 a.m. if you want to wait. I guess
Tune
it's still
in
technically
to
tomorrow morning.
find out what Daishima does for Alex.
Yeah, she does no good. Saturday night is Jackbox Games on the Discord. It's a lot of fun just to hang out and chat. Remember, if you love us, support us on Patreon. All patrons get access to our Minecraft server. I don't think I said that specifically. $10 and up get access to the new mini show, and patrons at like $5 up get a bunch of other stuff. Joe and I did an audio commentary for a film.
We haven't told anyone about that yet, but
Yeah.
let's talk it up a little bit.
We have two commentaries in the can, just if you're bored, especially during quarantine. I feel like this is stuff you want to do for movies.
So you just play the movie and you play our track at the same time.
So you like sync it up so you can hear us kind of chatting with you while you're watching the movie. And the first movie that we did was
Gonna love this.
Dungeons and Dragons, the original. Do you remember seeing this, Alex? I don't know if you saw it with me, but I saw it in the theater with Scouts. The Dungeons and Dragons movie. It is terrible. So we did a commentary along with that, which is pretty fun. And then we did another one for the Angelina Jolie and Denzel Washington movie, The Bone Collector, which was just awful.
If you want to hear me go scream,
it's so
45
fucking
times.
bad. The Bone Collector. It's not even that bad. It's like 6.7, but it's terrible. It's terrible.
So, what level are we releasing that to? All
I think that's going to be probably at the very least
5
it'll
and
be
up?
5 and up. I might be all tiers probably. I don't know. Yeah, it'll be all tiers.
Anyway, that's if you've got.
It's a very very
couple
niche thing. If
hours.
you're interested in it, I get it. It might not be everyone's cup of tea, but it is fun. You get to sit down with us
Watch
and
a
crack a
movie with
beer, if
Harlan
you're-
and I.
especially during this time, because obviously we're very lucky. Alex is very lucky. Bob is very lucky that we all get to be quarantined with people that we love and care about. But there are a lot of people out there that are quarantined alone, and I feel like this is a great way to honestly to kind of watch a movie with us. As cheesy as that might sound, I don't think that's bad at all to put on the audio track and watch the movie and feel like you're hanging out with us, because that was kind of the intention.
Absolutely.
So look for that. It'll be posted pretty soon. Should be a lot of fun. Thank you all for coming. We are going to see you next week for more strange action. I'm having a blast with this. Thank you to the players. Thank you to you guys. And as my friend Bob always likes to say,
See you around the table.
see you around the table, guys. Good night.
Good night.